To understand what's going on between Israel and Hezbollah, it helps to look at the map. The main zone of conflict is where northern Israel meets southern Lebanon. Along here is the blue line. The UN designed demarcation between them. And to the north, the Litani River, about 30 kilometers from Lebanon's southern border. More on that later. It was across that shared border that Israeli tanks moved to invade Lebanon in the 1980s, leading to the birth of Hezbollah as an armed group to fight Israel's occupation of the south. That occupation lasted until 2000. Then in 2006, the area was the center of conflict again. Back then, Hezbollah killed 3 Israeli soldiers in an ambush and took 2 captives to use in a swap with Hezbollah fighters. Israel refused, and a 34-day war followed. When that ended, the UN Security Council adopted a resolution, 7001, setting out a ceasefire and rules on how to govern the troubled border area. So what did he say? A few key points. 1. Israeli forces would fully withdraw from Lebanese territory. 2. The Lebanese army and a UN peacekeeping force, UNIFIL, would be the exclusive armed presence south of Lebanon's Litani River, meaning that Hezbollah was meant to withdraw its fighters from there. 3. The disarmament of all armed groups in Lebanon so that, quote, there will be no weapons or authority in Lebanon other than that of the Lebanese state. Basically, no Hezbollah or Israeli forces in this area. Was it implemented? Not really. Israel said Hezbollah was maintaining its forces there, growing its arsenal and digging tunnels into Israel. On the other side, Israel is accused of breaching Lebanese airspace thousands of times with fighter jets and drones. But despite the repeated violations, there was relative calm for the past 2 decades. With the Hamas October 7 attack on Israel, that changed. Since the war on Gaza began, Israel and Hezbollah traded nearly daily fire along the border area for nearly a year. We mapped the attacks. Most came from Israel's side. The strikes caused tens of thousands of people to abandon their homes in the north of Israel and in southern Lebanon. Hezbollah said it was attacking to support Palestinians in Gaza and said it would have stopped once a ceasefire there was reached. The ceasefire never happened, and Israel shifted its focus from fighting in the Strip to its northern border, waging a ferocious bombing campaign across Lebanon and sending troops into the south. As the conflict escalates, diplomatic officials and the UN have again turned to the implementation of the 2006 resolution as the best chance to end the conflict between Hezbollah and Israel. But the context has dramatically changed since the 2000s. Today, Israel insists it will keep fighting until nearly 50,000 Israelis displaced can return to their homes in the country's north. And Hezbollah has repeated that it won't stop firing rockets into Israel until a ceasefire in Gaza is reached, even after Israel killed much of its leadership, including leader Hassan Nasrallah. And since talks for a ceasefire are at a stalemate, prospects for a peaceful resolution seem far off.